I'm Jeff Hunt. He's Bill Thorpe, and it's Wednesday. $710 KNUS in Denver.
AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer, Colorado Springs.
Along the Front Range, this is the Jeff and Bill Show, where you hear both sides. We've got a great show for you today. Lots to talk about. Wildlife smoke triggering air quality warnings for every Colorado county. When will the air clear? We'll give you the latest on that. Alameda's going on a road diet plan. You hear that phrase? Did you see that article?
Road diets. Yeah.
Road diet. Denver.
Well, I don't know.
It's what they refer to when these city planners decide to take out an entire lane and make it a bike lane.
Yeah.
It's called a road diet plan.
It's a weird place to put it. The thing that I have a bit of an issue only because of the roads that you have and the streets downtown and coming out of some of the neighborhoods surrounding, because they weren't built for a Chevy Suburban. They weren't built for a Yukon. They weren't built for an F-250 dually.
A horse.
Yeah. So they were built to have much smaller, narrow cars. And I don't know the exact width of the lanes that they're taking, but our cars are chubby. And the idea of reducing the road lane space, that's a little dumb. Especially also...
They're taking away an entire lane?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're going from 2 to 1 on Alameda.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You know how when you get on a diet, you get a little spicy. A little hangry, I think is what they call that. Yeah, that's how drivers are going to feel after being on this road diet plan.
Yeah.
When they cut an entire lane out for bikes.
I think this is what I want to know. I mean, just out of curiosity, the whole thing, the bike thing. Is there necessarily a sidewalk that is available? And the only reason I ask that is because when I was a child, if it was a busy street, that's where you rode. You were actually up on the sidewalk. Now, I understand...
But that's got its own problems itself.
Here's the idea.
You're walking with the kids and some dude races by on a bike.
Well, here's the idea. The pedestrians, when I was taught, the pedestrians had the right of way. So if you're riding on the sidewalk, if the road is too busy that you felt to be in danger on the road, you get your ass on the sidewalk. And if you encounter anybody else walking on the sidewalk, you're on the grass.
You just get off your bike and walk it around them.
Listen, I'm a little kid. I ride through the grass. I'm not getting off and waiting. You ride through the grass. And everybody on a bicycle, I submit, has the ability for 4 feet to get onto the damn grass off the sidewalk. You do not have to take up space on that sidewalk. You can get off onto the grass and go around them. The other thing that, as a pedestrian, if someone was coming towards me and they were on a bicycle and they're moving pretty quickly, it is also, for me, super easy to step aside. Now, if I had a child with me or a stroller, no. That's the point in which, hey, bike, move off into there. I remember as a kid coming off the sidewalk, getting into the street for about 10 feet and going right back up. You learn to jump the curbs. That was the thing, is you manage this. I don't understand this idea of the fact that we have to have dedicated bike lanes, because I seem to have survived. Most of my friends who rode bikes all the time seem to have survived. I have thousands of miles of on tire tread across the city on my stupid bike. And the idea that we can't manage that? Come on.
But it's different, right?
No,
it's different for a few reasons. One, it's these adults who have like these clip-on shoes, and these are the same people that just blow through stop signs and stoplights. It's like they're like locked in.
Oh yeah, I know.
And
they have the road bikes. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. Yeah, they're $1,200 to $3,000 bikes.
Exactly.
And they've got clip-in shoes. And I'm sorry, here's the idea: if there is, for whatever reason, a pothole There's a crash in front of you. Dog runs out in front of you. What you going to do with your clip-in shoes?
Yeah, so, I think the whole thing is
the thing for me is
crazy.
Is the idea of I don't feel that I have to adapt all of our transportation lanes based on your chosen transportation. You need to adapt to what is there.
Touché,
if you want to get on your road bike and you want to have your clip-in shoes, fine. But you also have to understand the navigational problems you're going to have. Guess what? I had 2 bikes growing up, bought them both with my allowance, both used, both ugly as sin. One orange and black, the other one this gradient yellowish reddy thing that looked like some sort of a melting popsicle. And the yellow one, that was the 10-speed. That was the road bike. Thin tires, could go fast. That was the distance rider.
Did it have those curvy handle ones?
Absolutely it did. And they were wrapped in white tape. And I had to rewrap that tape a couple of times, change the color a couple of times. And the other one was the road bike. That was the knobby tires. When we're going out and we're doing dirt bikey things and jumping around with the kids, I knew, based on how I was riding, what each bike had the ability to do. And I chose my path based on that. Didn't have any special bike lane. Didn't have any cars watching out for me. In fact, I was an obstacle for most of the cars, and they'd honk at you or try to push you off the road. That's the part for me. I'm not going to create a special lane because you have your several $1,000 bike and your stupid shoes. That's your issue going to work.
So
deal with it.
The other thing, too, is they have said they want Denver to reflect European cities. Like that is their intent. This is the whole purpose of it. They are going to make this happen. If you've ever been to Amsterdam, they ride bikes everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
But it seems to me like that's kind of a cultural thing.
It also,
and in Colorado, the culture isn't demanding it. It's like a handful of people are trying to force an entire city to adjust their travel in order to fit their little worldview. But I don't see a big portion of the city going, we want bike lanes.
Here's the part for me is it really comes down to this at the core, supply and demand. If I saw those,
such a capitalist.
It's, I got my moments. You have those bike lanes. If I had those things stacked during morning drive, I'm 6 or 7 bicyclists deep running next to me on that. Now I can see some demand. Or if I'm going down Alameda where they want to add this bike lane, and I'm looking over there going, wow, look at all those bike riders that are on the sidewalk. Look at that. That seems untenable.
But
there
Billy,
are so
if
many
you
of them.
build it, they will come.
No. For me, in this realm, demand has to exist prior to. And in part, the reason I say that is where I draw it from, and this is me being a little bit of a skateboard rat. There were so many of us skateboarders running around downtown. They changed rules. It was illegal to skateboard here. You couldn't skateboard down 16th Street Mall. I all ran through that. And then what popped up? Skateboard parks. They didn't build the skateboard parks first and hope the kids show up. They built the skateboard parks after the kids started wanting and commuting that way. In fact, there is a skateboard/dirt bike, little roundabout area in the city park in Winter Park, middle of freaking town. They have got a little dirt bikey thing to ride. Now, guess what? Halfway down the road, Fraser, that's trying awfully hard to be a suburb of Winter Park, they got one too. What does that mean about the bike community inside of that Fraser Winter Park area? Did they build those things and then hope people started riding bikes? No. If you went through those towns and if you were a summer commuter up there, you saw those bikes. People are riding bikes everywhere in that little community. And there come the bike things in the park. Look at that. It's amazing.
I don't think I've seen you so passionate about something in a while, man.
That's stupid.
I thought this would just give you a little intro. We haven't even gotten to the news yet.
I know. This is stupid. And the thing is, if we're stacked and packed and you got bike lanes, fine. But I don't see it.
Lost Jockey's saying it's a $50 ticket if you ride a bike on a sidewalk here in Denver.
That's only if they catch you. Just saying. Just saying. Only if they catch you. And remember, low-level infractions, DPD ain't stopping you for nothing. You can have expired registration on your car. You think he's pulling you over for a bike on the sidewalk? There's no way he's doing that paperwork. There's no way.
Lauren Boebert's joining us in the 7 o'clock hour. We had her opponent on yesterday, Eileen Laubacher. What did you think of that conversation? And do you think Eileen has a chance to unseat Lauren Boebert? We're going to talk with the current Congresswoman, In the 7 o'clock hour, Joshua Scharf, Senior Fellow, Fiscal Policy at the Independence Institute, will join us in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to talk Malakiros. We're going to talk Iran, Israel. Is genocide happening in Gaza? We'll talk with Joshua in the 8 o'clock hour about that. DJ Summers, Director of Communications and Research Operations, Common Sense Institute, joining us in the 9 o'clock hour on their latest report about a very important sector of our economy, advanced industries. And it's not looking good for these high-paying jobs here in Colorado. We'll talk with DJ 9 o'clock hour. But first, the news.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, hump day, 52 and cool outside. It's beautiful. Feels like a late October morning with clouds in Denver and northern Colorado, 51 in the Springs in southern Colorado, expecting a high of 86 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning. For new home heating and cooling system, contact your Lennox dealer, Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at pastorcamp.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. Our top story: an investigation is underway after a man was arrested for suspicious behavior outside a fundraiser for President Trump. Trump was in Southern California on Tuesday for a dinner at his golf club near Long Beach, where he was met outside the venue by a large group of both supporters and protesters. The same day, the LAPD announced that they had arrested a man over the weekend who was seen photographing the golf club just days ahead of Trump's visit. Following last night's dinner, Trump flew to Las Vegas, where he's set to speak at the Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa later today. Trump says that the Strait of Hormuz will be opened very soon.
The strait's going to be open very soon, or they're going to get hit very hard, and then the strait's going to be open. We will go into a tremendous attack, the biggest since World War II.
He was on Fox News last night. Iran and Oman say they have control of the strait. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said progress has been made in talks with Iran and Oman, but no agreement has yet been reached.
The only thing that matters is action, and they want to make a deal. We'll see what happens. If they don't make a deal, it's going to be too bad.
Okay. Police Chief Ron Thomas says police are examining evidence as part of an investigation into the weekend street takeover in Denver. Thomas talked about the early Saturday takeover near the intersection of South Broadway and Mississippi Avenue during a national night out event last night. Vehicles engaged in drag racing, as we talked about on Monday, and burnouts. A lot of donuts taking place, the kind with tires. Fireworks were set off, and at least one fire was set in the roadway. Now, the chief said that officers chose to take no action on the night of the takeover in the interest of public safety. He also said that officers took down license plate information and took video so that the people involved can be held accountable. Union workers in Fort Morgan have rejected the latest contract offer from Cargill. About 1,700 workers have been locked out of the Cargill beef processing plant since May. The company reached a tentative contract with union negotiators last week, but the deal was rejected by union members on Tuesday. Broncos season ticket holders may get slapped with personal seat licenses in the near future. And Billy cannot be happy about this. Broncos president Damian Leach said that it's a pretty likely thing that it will happen. They haven't made any formal decisions. If it happens, it could cost season ticket holders thousands to maintain the seats, Billy.
It's happening. It is happening,
yes.
And the reason I say it's happening is because he just took the wrapper off the present, and that's how these things have to be rolled out. if you come out and say, hey, here it is, how much is going to start the cost, this is it, there's going to be huge backlash. So he's slow walking this. This is, and I've been watching this is the very first time that any official that is connected to the Broncos that has any power at all has mentioned personal seat licenses. They have gone out of their way previously to poo-poo the idea. To say, no, that's not happening.
You have to pay a license fee, and then you have to pay a ticket
fee. Yeah, so the idea is
cost of the ticket.
This is a license fee for the privilege of being able to give them more money. So it would be like,
this is like when the state just racks up a whole bunch of fees on you.
Oh no, it's even worse than that. It's worse than that because the fees technically go for other things. Hey, we're doing this. This is just the idea of, if you want to, it would be okay. You see, your family is like, hey, I want to go see the new Spider-Man movie. This is great. And you're like, all right. You jump on that website. You go to your favorite neighborhood theater, and the theater says, your total order is going to be $150 for your family of 5 and the other stuff that you got. But first, you need to pay a seat license fee. You need to give us $200 just for the purchase price, for the privilege of purchasing your $200 tickets. So your $150 ticket. So in order to spend your $150 tickets to go see the Spider-Man movie, you must first purchase the ability to give us more money in the license to then eventually buy the seats that you're already going to buy.
Yes.
And that license is not going to be cheap in this case, is it?
It's going to start lowball. My guess is lowball $10,000. If I had to ballpark it right now, And here's the idea. Remember, these are people that have already been paying every year. So they have been loyal customers. This is the thing that squeezes, my took is so hard, and I was going to say something else and I can't. So this is the thing that makes me so mad. You already have these people as loyal customers.
Correct.
So what you're doing is you're like, hey, I'm going to squeeze even harder. I understand that you've shown up every year. I understand your checks have cleared. I understand that you're in those seats and you're friends and you are cheering and you're supporting the team, but I need a little bit more from you. I don't think you really love us that much.
$10,000 a seat.
That's low.
What?
My guess, if I had to bet,
people are just going to have to walk away, right?
But that's the point. They're trying to get people.
They want you to do that?
Yeah, they're trying
so they can
to
sell
get the people.
single tickets.
Ding, ding, ding! On to the bonus round. Let's go to the $25,000
It comes together
pyramid.
every once in a while for me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The thing is now here, if I had to bet, 10,000 is low. My guess is these seat licenses are going to come in somewhere between 18 and 20. I think that's what they're going to land at.
What's the point
ridiculous.
to maintain? Like I understand, Billy. You have a big history. You have 4 generations of Broncos season ticket holders.
My grandfather
we were
bought
season
it the
ticket
first
holders,
year.
and when they doubled them on us, I was like, whatever. We'll just I like Blake's phrase where he says the best way to watch a game is at home on a couch.
Oh, in many ways, absolutely. However, I'll tell you this. My family has tickets that will rival that experience. That it is probably as close as you will get to watching it at home. And it's not because we're up against the railing and you're touching the backs of the players. It's because of where you sit and your sight line and where you are in the venue. It is as close to a TV game as you can possibly get based on still being in the stadium. It is really, really neat. And my grandfather went in the very first year the team existed and bought season tickets. So we have been there for decades. This is going to be our 3rd stadium with this silly team. And
are you going to keep it going? I mean,
I don't know what the price is. And the issue is we have my grandfather, we have quite a number of tickets. It is a heavy lift for the family each and every year to keep this thing going. And depending on the price of the seat licenses, we may have to let some of those go. But that is exactly the point and the intent of the Broncos.
Yes.
That's what they want, because the people that can afford the seat licenses, if you can write that check and it doesn't matter, that's the fan they want. They don't want a fan that looks at their budget every year when those tickets come in and go, oh, look at the increase. Can you believe this, Dolores, what they're doing to us? No, they want someone to look at it and go, okay, whatever. Not even look at that number, to just automatically pay it without anything else. Plus, those are the people that are going to come in and spend more money. Those are the people that pay for the parking. Those are the people that do all the other stuff. They want that higher income bracket. They do not want middle income sitting in that stadium. The worst thing in the world for the Broncos. Yeah, if you have middle income or lower income in there, they don't want you in there at all. They want you to be coming down there. If you are even driving your own car, what the hell are you doing? Why don't you have a driver? Why aren't you being chauffeured down there? Why,
but are there enough Coloradans
ridiculous.
left to be able to carry that? I feel like all the wealthy Coloradans are figuring out ways to hightail it out of here.
But here's the other part, though, is remember this, though. The wealthy Coloradans, it's a badge of honor to go, hey, come on, let's go to the game. I've got season tickets. That still has a lot of cash and cachet inside of those circles. And the thing is, what they're trying to do is, in some ways, they're trying to push out people like my family.
Yeah, it's like they want the Super Bowl crowd, like the people that barely pay attention to this stuff and show up to be seen.
For the Broncos, as much nice as they give us about it, we've had those tickets too long. They don't want a family like ours to have those tickets. There's 78,000 seats in that stadium. Our priority number is below 500. That's how early we were.
Do we need to do a GoFundMe for you?
No, we'll
keep
figure something
Billy
out.
in the.
We may. The thing is,
just so long as you rail against them while you're there.
We may have to drop some of them, and that hurts because of it. But if that's what happens, that's what happens.
Brockler's texting in. You do have the best seats,
dude. I took George. George and I sat there. They are. And ask him. It is as close as you can get to watching that game on TV as possible. They are first level 50-yard line, and there's nobody in front of you because we're against the walkway break.
Man,
so you can.
Shame.
So the kicker is this.
Slap you with 20,000,
it is
30,000 for 4 seats.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It could.
So
we've done the thing. We've done the thing and said that it could, with our family, cost us upwards of 6 figures in order to hang on to the seat licenses.
My Lord.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the idea. Is they want someone that can go out there and write a 6-figure check.
Billy, fortunately, you're in such a demanding industry, talk radio.
Oh, I know that and bar trivia.
You can write those checks.
It's just I'm rolling in it. Yeah,
bar trivia.
Exactly.
It will take you the distance.
Yeah. So that's the thing. This is awful. This is absolutely awful. But they don't want families like mine to have those tickets. They
don't want the plebes.
No. Yeah.
Soccer go this way too, or is
long ago. Yeah. They don't do necessarily the personal seat licenses, but long ago. Soccer.
Basketball.
Yeah.
The Rockies are just happy to have anybody show up at this point.
The real scam right now for me, that's the surge pricing. That's stupid. Because it charges they charge you more based on we think this team is more in demand. And so
what's wrong with that?
Here's the thing.
I mean, because doesn't it work the other way? Like with Rockies right now, you can get, I think it's like $1 to go down and spend time out there. Nobody wants to go see them.
Yeah. The issue is though that what you're doing is I disagree with the teams doing surge prices based on now if they want to open it up based on secondary market, now that's where supply and demand comes in. But for me, it's a flat across the board. And here's the idea. Let's just say that right now, Kansas City, just for fun, is going to be, and I don't know, I don't have the list in front of me for the season tickets. Let's just say that Kansas City is the most expensive home game that we have based on surge pricing, okay? So second week, and this is coming in, let's say the Kansas City's coming in 7th week of the season. Second week, Patrick Mahomes, boom, knee injury, gone. Travis Kelce, 3rd week, boom, back surgery, gone. How sexy is Kansas City coming into town?
Yeah.
I'm still stuck with their stupid surge price. So all of a sudden,
have to pay it.
Because of injuries, now my tickets and the starting price, now I've got to go around there and either if I try to sell in the secondary market, I'm taking less than what I paid the Broncos for because the demand's not there. That's why I disagree with surge pricing. Gotcha. And what I look at it is the Broncos are trying to squeeze based on demand. I'm sorry. If I'm writing you the check for the tickets, that's then my decision based on secondary market if I sell it or not, or if I give them to friends.
And if you
go
on the secondary market, they oftentimes ping you.
Absolutely, yes.
3433 wants to know, is it a one-time fee or do you have to pay it yearly?
It is a one-time fee, but remember this, it's a one-time fee and you pay for tickets that year too.
Yeah, and then you pay tickets.
That's why that's how they get you out. That's how they get you out is who can write both of those checks.
Iggy's texting in, they want the private jet class of people that fly in for the
110%.
games.
That's what they want. Yes.
Yeah.
Jason in Denver has one of those Walmart everyday low prices signs for 25 grand.
See, that's the thing is they are. And one of the things, and it hurts me because there are some things that this is something my dad has done for years, and we continue that as a family, is for friends and family. We let the tickets go at face value. Our deal is that we will do that. We don't go out in the secondary market a lot, but we go to friends and family, and we do it for face value because we know there's no way that you can go out on the secondary market and buy anything close to what we have for the price that we're going to get you in the stadium for. You can't even come close to what we're going to offer you, and that was so important to my dad because he said, I don't want these tickets going to only the people in the upper echelon of the economic community. I want to make sure that the average fan, that someone can take their kid the very first time to a game. Peter Boyle's grandson, his very first Broncos game was in our seats. The number of media personalities, the number of people across Denver that their kid's first game was in our seats because we sit on the walkway break, and when the entire stadium stands up, the kid can still sit in the chair and see the entire field. That's awesome. The joy. You're not looking at butts the entire time if you're six.
This is part of just the rise and fall that takes place naturally in a capitalistic market. So, for instance, at one point, football was like brand new. Nobody knew about it. Like the seats were cheap, and you went to a game and there's nothing special about it, and you were just kind of a fan out there. Do you think that? I'll ask Blake and Billy this: that professional football go into this realm where only people apparently with private jets can watch the game live. But then you go out and start being a part of other sports out there. You got women's soccer, you got men's soccer, you got minor league teams, you could have banana ball coming in. I mean, there's lots of other sports that could rise up, and then this will eventually lead to the decline of the NFL.
I somewhat disagree. Oh, and we've got a caller we can chat with if you want to too, Scott in Lakewood. But I somewhat disagree only because what I've seen inside of Broncos. Now, I think that Denver is somewhat unique. In other markets, I do think there is somewhat of that pressure. There was some of that pressure in St. Louis. LA doesn't give a damn about a football team unless you're winning. They could care less because they have so many other options. Also, True. LA isn't necessarily a football town, where Denver is really a football town. That was the first real major national team that got attention coming out of this cow town. Was the Broncos. So and it's also regional. So it's a little bit of a different love affair. I can see prices possibly hurting, but no, I can't. And here's the reason why. The entire time that my family has owned the tickets, even when the Broncos were last in the division at times and just losing all the time, tickets still increased every year. The price never has gone backwards.
But the point I'm making is like
you're talking about competition.
You can go out and watch another sport. I mean, women's soccer right now, I bet the tickets aren't super expensive.
Yeah.
So, supply and demand. Football is king. Football will be king for at least the next decade. As far as I can tell.
I mean, I'd go further than that. Yeah, absolutely.
But if the only way you can watch it is on television because apparently you don't own a private jet, well then, okay, eventually that people will look for things to take their kids to that is a nice day out, that's affordable, and those sports will grow. And this is just part of the ebb and flow of markets.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lock. I mean, they've built this thing, and it is a monster.
But I don't know.
It's because,
this conversation.
But women's soccer is never going to compete with football.
No, it never will.
But basketball is never going to compete
this point,
with football.
You're on the edge of leaving.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, they're pushing out some of their core. They're pushing out some of their core fan
as Blake
base.
says, I have a TV, and they don't care. They do not care because they are so dominant, and they can still fill the stadium with all the millionaires and billionaires. They'll still fill the stadium that way. And even if the stadium isn't full, as long as those tickets are paid for, they really don't give a rip. At the core, they want to do the whole thing about, hey, longest stadium sellout ever in the NFL.
We all know that's
but even then, they'll just let that go. Yes, that's the part of it. The other part that I don't think the NFL at its core is ever going to be quote unquote competitive, and I'm talking about that even with other sports, is, and I'm going to go back to international soccer, there's no relegation. So you can be the Cleveland Browns, and you can brown it up for as long as you want, and you're still an NFL team. You still get all the glory. You're still an NFL team. You don't got to become a college team.
Brown it up.
Yeah, exactly. Pun intended. Pun intended.
You could be a Raiders fan and act like you know you are truly excellent.
Absolutely.
Every season. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what the results are, but it is king, and it will be.
Yeah, it will be.
For the next 2 decades.
We've been ranting for a while. I'm going to bring Scott from Lakewood in on this one to talk to us about sports and tickets. Scott, good morning. Thanks for jumping in, man. What's on your mind?
Well, I just find it interesting that, there's like an infinite amount of seats or any product in the economy for that matter. And if people want it bad enough, they'll pay the price. And, like Taylor Swift tickets, she made oogles and oogles of money and their shows were sold out. And, if she wasn't selling the shows out, she would have dropped the price, or they would have dropped the price. And same way with these sporting events, or like I say, 2 ways to sell a product. If you got a product that everybody wants to buy and you want to make a certain income every year, you make a certain amount of the product and you charge a high price.
Yeah.
And, once you sell that product everybody wants for that high price, hey, you've made your money for a year. But,
now, Scott, Let's roll this in. This is the fun thing is I understand that, as far as the market pressures, and I appreciate it what Jeff is saying. Here's the other dirty thing that the NFL does. So you're a Broncos fan, you pay the seat license, you then buy those tickets. You can't go sell those tickets. You can't go out in the private market and sell those tickets. That's something the NFL does not allow you to do. They don't want you to profit off the tickets. What they do is they watch the secondary market, and there's an algorithm. It is different for each and every team, but they keep track. And if they see your tickets on the secondary market and you accumulate too many of those little dings on your report, then someone from the team calls and threatens to yank your tickets. And I speak from experience because a close family friend had that happen last season. The couple is going through a health issue. They couldn't go as often, so they put 90% of their tickets on the secondary market for the last 2 seasons. And they got a little phone call from the Broncos about maybe you don't deserve to have the right to have these tickets. Maybe you don't deserve to be a Broncos fan. Maybe they're not the kind of fan that we want at that stadium. How dare you actually sell these tickets and maybe make a profit or at least pay for the season? What do you think you're doing, you losers? I might have invented that, but that's pretty much what it was. It was a heavy-handed, what are you doing? Are you really a fan?
Well, I got a funny story for you. I used to work up in a casino, and they used to give Broncos tickets to, they do drawings and stuff. And so a couple of people won these tickets, and of course the casino had some kind of box seats or whatever. And so a representative from the casino gets there on a Sunday, and he goes up to these seats, and he's like, "Who the heck are you people?" Because the people at the people from the casino had sold them on eBay to some other people, and so right away the casino penalized these customers at the casino because they sold their tickets. It's like, you must not appreciate the tickets, so we're yanking your card club crap or whatever.
Scott, Lakewood, appreciate the call.
Scott.
Thanks so much. All right, Blake, take us out.
All righty, 51 in the spring. Just go to college football. If you're a young family, take your kids to college football. Go to Air Force, go to CU if you can get in there. They're going to be back to normal prices soon, I'm sure. CSU, Wyoming, take your kids there. It's the best value if you want to watch high-level football. 51 in the Springs, 53 in Denver. That is the latest. I'm Blake Olson. More of the Jeff and Bill Show ahead on News Talk 710 KNUS in Denver, and now on AM 1460 and FM 101.1. The Answer in the Springs. This is where you hear both sides. We are the Jeff and Bill Show.
Skies will start clearing up into early Wednesday across the Denver metro, and that will lead to mostly sunny skies. We'll sit on the leading edge of building high pressure in the Great Basin. That'll help us warm to the mid-80s for highs Wednesday. Lows Wednesday night will be upper 50s. Hot temps, summertime returns Thursday through this weekend. All looking sunny and dry with clear nights. Highs mid-90s Thursday with upper 90s Friday through Sunday. Lows going to be in the low to mid-60s. Skies clear. I'm day weather meteorologist Don Watzel.
$710 KNUS in Denver.
AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer, Colorado Springs.
All along the Front Range, this is the Jeff and Bill Show, where you hear both sides. Coming up, we'll talk Colorado's air quality, wildlife smoke triggering air quality warnings for every Colorado county. When's the air going to clear? We'll give you the latest on that coming up. You're listening to us on 710 KNUS in Denver.
AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer, Colorado Springs. As we hear both sides, this is the Jeff and Bill Show.
710 KNUS in Denver.
AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer, Colorado Springs.
Along the Front Range, this is the Jeff and Bill Show, where you hear both sides. And speaking along the Front Range, air quality warnings for every Colorado county, Denver Post reporting. Out-of-state wildfires continued to send waves of smoke across Colorado yesterday, Tuesday, triggering air quality warnings across the entire state. The Air Quality Health Advisory issued by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment covers all Colorado counties and will be active until at least 9 a.m. this morning. The advisory covers such a large area because the smoke is moving into the state from several different directions. State health officials said fires in Utah and Nevada were sending smoke into Colorado from the west, and smoke from fires in other upwind states was drifting into northeast Colorado. The wind-driven smoke increased late Monday as a cold front moved in. So that cold front actually brought in more smoke, which is interesting. The cold front dropped temperatures in Denver from a record-breaking 102-degree high on Monday to an overnight low of 57 degrees. That's almost a 50-degree swing.
Welcome to Colorado.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's great.
But the temperature drop also brought cold, dense air that carried wildfire smoke closer to the surface. Weather Service meteorologists have said smoke was already moving into Colorado from the west before the cold front, but the weather shift brought more smoke from fires burning in the Pacific Northwest. They're hoping that this will start to dissipate today and hopefully clear out a little bit. So it was hazy yesterday.
Yeah. It is. It's hazy. Yeah. And there are a lot of places that have those air quality warnings. And it's one of those callbacks to where if you're a longtime Denver native, you remember the haze and the brown cloud. And we, talked about it all the time, where there were days where you couldn't see into downtown if you're on the outskirts in the suburbs. And that's what we have now. And that's for a different reason, but that's what we're getting. More and more fires. And more and more haze is going to happen.
It's going to heat up, sunny and smoky today, 87, 97 Thursday, 98 Friday, and 100 degrees Saturday and Sunday. Great. All right. If you've been trying to grill, but you got a problem because your grill is bent, busted, crusted, or downright ugly, then snap a picture of that flaming backyard disaster and upload it to our Grill Gone Bad giveaway, courtesy of our friends at Mountain High Appliance. Enter to win at 710 KNUS or AM 1460, theanswer.com. The more battered and blemished, the better. You could win an upgrade to an awesome brand new Titus grill just in time for Labor Day. Titus grills are designed to assemble without tools, making setup fast and hassle-free. The Grill Gone Bad giveaway from Mountain High Appliance, Titus Grills, and the stations that sear in the flavor that you savor. AM 1460 AM and 101.1 FM, The Answer in Colorado Springs, and News Talk 710 KNUS in Denver. And speaking of that, our friend Bob from Ashbaugh Center for Therapy texting in a picture of his grill. His handle melted off, not because of the grill working, but because of the heat over the weekend.
Yeah, because the heat over the weekend melted. He's got his knobs are off the grill and stuff. And so, Bob, you got to send that in and see if you can win a grill here from Mountain High Appliance and see what you can do.
And he's got the one that's like installed into the ground.
Yeah.
Or into the deck.
Yeah, into the deck. That was one. I thought about doing that, the permanent, when my wife and I were going to redo back area. And then I thought, what happens when I have to replace it? What happens then? That was the part that was a hard no on that one, because I've replaced a couple of grills over the course of my life. And my dad was a big charcoal guy, so we had a couple of those. And so I looked at that and I'm like, wait, if I install this, eventually I'm going to have to remove. And so, no, I didn't do that. Yeah, that's a hard one.
Text messages coming in 6782. What? Smoke in Colorado? We need to sue Utah and Washington. That's basically the lawsuit Phil Weiser's running against oil and gas companies. It's your fault. Over there. Give us money. All right. We've got You Choose the News coming up, plus Lauren Boebert in the 7 o'clock hour, Joshua Sharf, 8 o'clock hour, DJ Summers, 9 o'clock hour. Great lineup. Lots to talk about. we'll continue. You're listening to the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710, KNUS in Denver.
AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer, Colorado Springs. This is where you hear both sides, the Jeff and Bill Show.
.710 KNUS in Denver.
AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer, Colorado Springs.
Along the Front Range, this is the Jeff and Bill Show, where you hear both sides. Lauren Boebert coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. But Billy, let's give the folks a little You Choose the News.
Yes, it's time for the silly stuff. It's America's favorite fake radio news game show. You Choose the News. This morning I spent just moments on the interwebs finding these dumb stories in my hands and then slapping even more ridiculous headlines on them so that we can goof off with y'all for just a little bit of time. But shh, it's a secret. Why are we doing this? Well, once we found out that nobody that has any power here at the radio station, they don't awaken until 7 o'clock in the morning. That means we're unsupervised. Yeah, so that's why we're doing this. So again, giant secret. Don't tell anybody or it stops immediately, and I have to talk to HR. Again. Alrighty. Now, Blake Olson is there in the news department. Jeff is in the studio. Gentlemen, here are today's headlines. Headline number 1, do they serve soup? Headline number 2, dividing by zero. Headline number 3, what's your theme song? And headline number 4, traffic sucks. Mr. Hunt, your choice.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. Hopefully it's no soup when you are dining now in Hollywood, Florida. A South Florida restaurant, Class Soiree, is garnering attention. Oh, sorry, it's Class Soiree Steakhouse. They're garnering attention for a brand new event that happens the first Monday of every month. It's sort of a chef's table event with a concept where you are served amazing delectables over the course of a 5-star experience, dripping with class and elegance. Tickets are $250 for the guys, $150 for the ladies, $300 for the couples. It's reserved for only 20 people that want to have an honest, open, naked dining experience. Yes, I
like
said
other
naked.
people? Other people?
Yes, in a group of
In
other
a
people,
group.
buck naked. Yes, with all your dingly parts hanging out.
No,
I
because
know.
you know that it's not the like supermodels that
Oh,
are
yeah,
doing,
exactly.
No.
Yeah, look around the grocery store and go,
it's Fred.
yeah, exactly.
You know, that's there's just it's like when you're a little. Like when you're a teenage boy and you first hear the idea of nude beaches, you're like, whoa.
Wow.
And then you happen to walk by one and you're like, that I never want to see again,
like,
ever.
That is not the Swedish bikini team.
No,
That's not what I was expecting.
Yeah,
not it. Yeah. Now, the fun part is here. The hostess says, once you walk through the door, I'll most likely be nude. No clothes on. So we'll help you make you come in and feel more comfortable. Now, all the serving staff and everybody in the kitchen has to be clothed. So that's good. My question is, do you serve soup?
Yeah,
Because
do you have to
that's a real
walk from the
problem.
parking lot? Is that you know?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Every teenage boy in the planet is going to be sitting out there with their phones. Hey, saw your mom. No, sorry. Okay. No.
Good thing is you don't have to worry about spilling on your shirt.
I know,
anything,
but the thing is, think about it, soup though. If you spill, where's it going?
You're right.
Ow! I mean, just ow! Oh man. Okay. It's really annoying when you wipe it off. Okay.
Do they have napkins?
Yeah. Rocky Mountain noise.
Yes, exactly. That's jeez. Like getting too close to home. All right, Blake. Divide by zero. What's your theme song or traffic sucks?
Traffic sucks.
Traffic sucks. Here we are meeting a 69-year-old Wisconsin man who recently took an interesting journey to his local Cabela's. Now, he needed to get to the outdoor store, and he said, I hate traffic. I hate traffic, and he lives about 50 miles from Richfield, so instead of driving, he flew his helicopter and landed it in the parking lot.
Dude, I saw this video. I have a friend who does this, John. I'm not going to say your last name, but John, you know who you are. Dude, this guy commutes via helicopter.
Yeah.
It is such an awesome life.
Now, here's the thing. Now, the pilot, the 69-year-old, was not cited and faces no violations because he's properly licensed. He landed safely and he complied with all FAA regulations.
Yeah?
What he did wasn't necessarily illegal, just tremendously unique. Yeah. I
You
think
know
that's
what
wonderful.
he is, don't you?
No, who is it? What?
He's a future Broncos season ticket.
Yes, he is. He is. He's a future Broncos season ticket holder. He's making his
They're going to
reservations
have
right
a helicopter landing pad.
Yeah,
out
they
there.
will. Yes.
It's,
But what they'll do
mile
is they'll have a
couple
pad
of
where you
them.
land, and then it will be valeted. Your helicopter will be valeted into a large other open building that's going to
That's
be,
right.
where a whole bunch of middle-income people used to live. But no, we got to park the helicopters.
It'll be Dynasty all over
Exactly.
again.
That's exactly it. Oh, God. Okay, final choice this morning, Mr. Hunt. Are we dividing by zero or asking what's your theme song?
What's your theme song?
Yeah, what is your theme song? Hey, something may be poised for a comeback in the social media space. Chris and Tim Vanderhook, brothers, purchased a certain particular social media platform from News Corp a number of years ago, and they're confirmed that they're trying to relaunch the iconic social network, MySpace.
Top Friends.
Yep.
That was a big deal back then.
Oh, yeah. Top
Were
Friends
you the top
and,
friends?
and the theme song when you dropped on their page.
Yeah, right.
That was huge. And in all honesty, the theme song, I think, has kind of that's a thing with Facebook that would be kind of cool. The Top Friends, that would be kind of cool as well because it still is, junior high school. So you still could do that. Yeah. So it's an unusual
That's
gambit.
what I need, another social media platform.
They're trying to float the idea. Here's the thing right now is they really are taking aim at Facebook. Okay, pop quiz. Facebook comprises what percentage of the social media ecosystem on the planet? What percentage of the social media ecosystem is taken up by Facebook?
40%.
Okay, Blake, what's your guess?
53.
59%.
Wow.
59% of the social media ecosystem is Facebook. So
it
going
is
after
funny
Facebook.
how all the kids talk about like it's where the old people are.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's more of us than there are of them right now. So.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn. Okay. That's it. You choose the news. Back to you.
Great job, Bill Thorpe. Coming up next hour, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's joining us. We'll dive into a lot. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.